Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 2. This isn't the character that we left off with. What happened to her? Well, turns out I did a recording of this next area, and it was awesome and it was amazing. But the when I went to render it, it ended up being in 32 by 240 resolution, and that's not gonna cut it. So, everyone, meet Sir Brutality. Yeah, brutality, but split. Anyway, this is I just made this guy, just ran him over here, and basically we're gonna go through the same area, but with this dude. He is a brawler. That's pretty much it. So, it'll be different than going through with the Hexer, but you know, it actually will be a little bit harder. So, all the same stuff still applies. Alright, so we're on our way to Earthen Peak. Check out those windmills. They're important. We'll get to that in a minute. First off, you want to go over this way. There's a bunch of stuff over here. We'll do that in a second. First off, there's this dude. And you want to, basically, your goal here is to make him try to punch this door down. Now, you saw that his, like, bolt thing didn't actually get all the way there. So sometimes I like to kind of push him. Come on. Here we go. There you go, and then you can take him out. So this brawler fisticuffs guy, it's kind of hard for him to kill these bigger guys, just because he doesn't have the damage output that that my Hexer would. Even with my Hexer just using a sword, it's a lot different. So what I'm using are these Castus? I don't know how to pronounce that, but they're basically just like brass knuckle kind of stuff. I improved them a bit, give them a little bit more damage, but you see they're only dealing, what, like 150 each? I also got the Ring of Blades on. Hopefully that actually does something. I'm just thinking, if I remove that, yeah, it gives me some damage. Just a little bit. I also got the covetous silver serpent ring on. This ring of binding, which when I'm hollow, you know, limits my HP reduction because I die quite a bit. I also like to wear the Sledora. I can't pronounce that either. This set is dropped by the merchant Malin. He wears it, so this probably looks a little familiar to you. Each piece of the set is an increase in number of souls acquired. Now, I had to kill him to get this set, so, like, I don't have a merchant, so that's not necessarily a good thing. But with this character, I don't need to buy anything. I got everything I need. I'm a man. I don't even wear a shirt. So, yeah, I figured, you know, might as well wear this set while I'm trying to catch up, you know, getting a lot of souls, getting a lot of levels. My stat distribution on this character looks something like this. He's a little bit lower than our Hexer is at the current moment, but I basically just pumped vitality and got strength and dex reasonably high. Recently I put in some adaptability because he just needs it. He needs it. Endurance I don't need very high. I'm not using too much energy swinging my fists around, and vitality, like, I don't need anything. I'm not even wearing a shirt, so these guys are annoying with that shockwave. Oh gosh, and that sweeping attack right on my face. Really? The good news is if you're knocked over, they can't, like, smash you, which is really nice. So if you come over this way, there's a special thing over here, and I talked about it as my hexer, but of course you don't see that footage. Over here, there's this dude, big and ugly, just like the ones in the Huntsman's area, only a little bit more ugly and a little bit bigger. Come on. Oh gosh, what? I tried to attack, but I guess I didn't have the energy. It's alright. That's basically how you do it with the brawler. I have so much vitality that I can take a hit. Also, if I check my Estus, look at this. It doesn't even fill up like my whole HP bar. This is the Altar of Sunlight over here. If you enter this covenant, you join the Heirs of the Sun Covenant. Basically, when you put down a seal after this, it'll appear gold, and then you can offer sunlight medals, and the sunlight medals will give you rewards after you rank up. So there's some pretty good rewards in there. Mainly, there's a miracle, the sunlight spear, which is really like a big giant lightning bolt. You might want that. You also get the Praise the Sun emote. So let's take out this guy and put in Praise the Sun. Looks something like that. Yeah. So this is the covenant that I think T-Strat's currently in, my other character. And you know, it'll be good. For some reason, whenever I put down a gold sign, I just feel like I'm gonna get summoned more. You know, just something else. Alright, so I did say we were gonna go over here. Let's go do that now. Now, the big thing about this area, it was actually really easy with my other character. It might be a little harder with this guy because I'm melee. So there's 4 of these guys. They're all gonna try to kill you. What you want to do? Oh, come on! Kill that guy. Break this wall down. Hop through here. Now, these guys will come and they'll head this way eventually. What you want to do is basically walk over here, and when they get close, you kind of retreat into your little hole here. So come on, buddy. Come on. You go in here, and then you pop out and punch him, or hit him with your weapon or whatever. Oop. This guy wants to attack. Ooh. Don't be afraid to hit them when they have their guard up either, because even though they're technically blocking, you still do damage. Alright, and so that's one down. These guys like to go over here. If no one's around, I don't mind going toe to toe, but keep an eye on where those guys are, because they will sneak up on you and you will not like it. So basically, they're doing what's known as leeching. They have a certain range on where they're allowed to be in this area, and their limit's about right here. So if they try to go any further, they end up backing up to go back to their old positions. I didn't realize this, but it looks like I'm actually like my back looks kind of bruised, which is kind of cool. So that guy's backing up. I'm gonna go for this guy. Once it's down to one guy left, like, this isn't very hard to do. Like you can take on a guy, a single one, pretty easy. But the issue is that there was 4 of them, so that's kind of a cheap way to deal with them, especially for melee characters when you have to get in range. The reason I said it was so easy on the hex build that I have starting, I just spammed Dark Orbs when they were far away, and oh yeah, don't need to roll away from that one because I'm a man. I'm actually really enjoying this fist build. It's something else. But yeah, no, I just spammed hexes, my dark orbs, and they did pretty good damage. They, not great damage, but they work. So you want to go through and break all these. There's some guys in here, and I can't hit them until I stand up, so it's kind of annoying. But once I stand up, I can wreck them. So yeah, that's pretty much how I deal with them if I'm a melee. And there's a lot of space in here to go back. There's all this. There's another Fergum Branch of Yore over here. I believe that's 2 for this area. Now this guy, I don't know if we'll be able to do this with fists. Just cause I think we need to be kind of. Nope. Yeah, he just runs straight off into the drop there, and I think that's a bottomless pit. So don't follow. There's poison stuff down there, but you can obviously jump down there if you want to deal with poison. There's items and stuff. I'm not gonna do it on this character just cause meh. I think down there though there's a spell for you sorcerers. So if you want to go down there, just do that whole life gem trick, and you should be fine. Hey, what's up? So on my other builds, including actually the hex build, my weapons were able to stun these guys. I don't think my fists are stunning them. Yeah. So like after those 2 hits, generally like with the normal weapon, those guys their poise is broken. And so if you come this way into this room, there are these things, and they already poisoned me. That's great. That's what they do. They also can jump at you like that, but that's not as big of a deal as the poison is. Just want to make sure you keep a life gem popped so that it's canceling the poison. Now if you use this Pharaoh's Lockstone, it opens this thing right here, and inside is a poison bite ring, which basically it gives you resistance to poison. I'm gonna hang on to my Lockstone on this character though, because I don't need that. Estus Flash Shard, be sure to pick that up. Pop a life gem, and we're out. So once you're out, you can eat a poison moss, which you should have gotten a ton of in the last area. I kind of ran through there, but if you didn't just straight up run through there like I did, you'll have probably quite a bit of the poison moss. They drop from the moths. Alright, watch out for this dude. He's an idiot. He just takes poison like a champ. What's up? Eat my fisticuffs. Yeah, so don't break these if you want to not get poisoned. Watch out for the Dact guy. There's this dude. Alright, and now there's a bunch of these guys. Oh, ow. Ah, the shockwave got me. Stop chasing me. Yeah, you see the guy there just spewed poison. Alright. And there's this guy. Ow. This is kinda tough. When you can't stun these guys, they can mess you up. Alright, he's gonna swing twice. Watch this. Oh dang, I didn't get far enough. I was gonna backstab him. That backstab just punches his spine there. Hi. Oh, I'm running out of there. That shows you the damage from the punch there, the backstab. Yeah, I'm running out of durability on that one. Do I have any repair powder, actually? I don't. There's a boss fight coming up right there. So if you don't have a good bow or crossbow or any sort of ranged weapon, there's one down there, and you have to land on that little pad. So a lot of people I've seen jump this way and they hit the pad and they roll to the end. There's a bunch of people who are like, hey, you know, you could use your jump attack, which is basically if you're coming down from a ledge, and yeah, I didn't do it that time, hang on, and you jump and you kind of like land down. It'll stop your roll, so you won't roll after that. But why not just aim for the door, you know, like right there, and just run. Look at that. No worries, no mess. It's all done. Alright, since those are gonna break, I do have a second set, but they're not upgraded. So we'll just be rocking these for a little bit. This is an arrow trap. Goes to there. These guys I absolutely hate. They are really annoying. There's another one right here. Let's deal with them like that. So this is the pressure plate for the trap. Boop. Shoot some arrows. Yep. That's all there is to that trap. Just don't get hit by those, because it'll mess you up. Now, they don't seem like they're a big deal, but that's just because I'm dealing with them so fast. But if they get on you and there's more than one, they're really annoying, and they can poison you and they can stun lock you. In here, you'll find heavy crossbow +3 and some heavy bolts. Watch out for the trap again. And then from here to get back, we were already there to show you guys that, and you just drop down. No big deal. There's also a ladder here. The reason I didn't take it initially is because there was a hammer guy right there. And I also wanted to show you guys the other entrance. Alright. So, that room right there, it's got a torch that's in a chest. The chest is trapped. There's also a hammer guy, and there's like some of those poison bug things. I don't want to even deal with that. So to get ready for this boss fight, you'll want to equip some heavy bolts. I bought some extras just in case. You'll also want to equip that crossbow. If you don't have the crossbow, if you have a bow, you can still use that, but you have to use something heavier than wood arrows. So like iron arrows are needed for this. And let's see, I'm trying to think of what else. I'm going to also equip these two just to give myself an extra stuff because I don't have any Estus. And alright, I think we're going to do this. So this is probably one of the silliest bosses in my opinion in the game. Whoops. So you want to dual wield your crossbow. Enter in here. Here's the covetous demon. If you shoot these things, they drop people. And basically, what you want to do is shoot these down, and now the covetous demon will be fixated on eating those guys. Look at, I don't even know what he's doing. He just, come on. So he's eating him, and you just keep hitting him. Now, when I played this on T-Strat, the Hexer, this I actually didn't have the heavy bolts, or so I was using a bow and I didn't have any iron arrows. It's not a big deal. We'll see. Like now, I think he's done with eating people. Let's see what he does here. Flop, flop, flop. He's just a weird boss. What you gonna do? Ooh, so that I think corrodes your armor, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, how did that hit me? Is his other arm? Anyway, that's the adaptability right there. I don't have high adaptability, but he'll do that. You just come up and punch him in the face when he does that. Swings, punch him in the face. Swings, punch him in the face. You know, he's not a hard boss to deal with, and honestly, this is actually the first boss, I think, in the game that I just beat without knowing anything about, and I figured out what he was doing, punished him. He does this roll. You don't want to actually fight right there, because he'll do another roll, and now you want to go in. Oh, and if you get stuck in here, you can get kind of screwed over, so be careful. Actually, I'm going to use a bigger life gem just because I have so much more health. He has another move in which he tries to eat you. If he succeeds, you will basically unequip everything that you have on. That's not something you want to do. And there we go. And that was the Covetous Demon. Not a big deal. Now, there's something cool about his lore here. Let's see. So, eating is an expression of desire. There was a man who had deep affections, and they were unrequited. He transformed into this covetous demon, which only made him lonelier than before. So, my idea about this is that this guy was in love with this lady who lives in Earthen Peak. But, you know, she obviously didn't like him at all. So, you know, he basically turned into this monster in order, you know, and basically just his desires caused him to just eat and get fat and turn into a monster. Here's Lugatil.
What is it? I don't know.
So, this character hasn't actually gone through and talked to her, but after, you know, using her in, or first talking to her in, where was it, No Man's Wharf, she'll give you a ring. Yeah. If you kill her, you can get her armor, but on our other character, we're going to do that, and we're going to get her armor anyway without killing her. And I'll show you how to do that. This is Earthen Peak. Now, the lore behind this is that there was a princess who was married to the prince, and she basically couldn't, he was in love with somebody else. And she didn't like that very much. Oh gosh, this is going to be tricky. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, kill that guy. Make fun of this guy. Backstab? Yeah. Alright, so, she basically, thought that, you know, improving her beauty would, you know, win him back over, you know. And in order to do that, she, you know, tried a bunch of things, and it ended up where the miners hit this poison, right, in the mines down there, and they basically started mining out the poison, or sorry, she started using these windmills to gather the poison and bring it up into the top of Earthen Peak here. And she was using them as basically like beauty supplies. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think he's leashing. Yeah, see, he doesn't want to be back here because his programming says that that's too far. I'll just chip him away. Now, when you fight, the reason I pulled him back here is because there's archers right there. And this windmill will block basically, or sorry, the gear. This isn't a windmill. The gear will block basically their attacks. So I like to just fight back there though. So anyway, the windmills basically cart the poison up to where she is in her little throne area, and then she uses the poison to basically keep herself beautiful for however long. Just interesting stuff. And we'll deal with the poison here. So basically, if you don't stop the poison from flowing up, her actual boss fight is going to be just completely encased in poison. And you have to basically fight her while dealing with poison, and that's no fun. So I'm going to rest here so I can just repair my stuff. I don't actually recommend resting here, and I'll show you why. The guy I just killed gets respawned. That's basically the only reason I don't want to do this, but it's not that big of a deal if you can get behind him. These guys also respawn, and this is a little bigger of a deal. Come on, go. Oh gosh, he's still alive? Oh god, and see, that's what I'm talking about. They can just, if like this guy attacked me at the same time, I'd be pretty dead. I'd be pretty much dead. Alright, so the question is, how do you stop a windmill from grabbing the poison and pumping it up into Earthen Peak? Well, right here, if you look, you can actually, it's kind of a wood windmill, right? And there's a bonfire over here. Now, this is probably the weirdest thing in the game, because there's no way of like actually knowing this is what you need to do. But you come up here and you can set a light to the windmill here. And that will just stop the windmill. These gears will eventually stop rotating, and you can continue through Earthen Peak, and now there's going to be less poison up here because it's not being pumped in anymore. And that's basically how you deal with the poison. It's kind of a pain, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So they wanted you to come out here, obviously to grab the simpleton spice, but if you notice, that thing bends around the back there. So let's go see what that's about. Hey, look, an NPC.
Shush, you idiot. Stay quiet. I'm on the run. Don't give me away. You're a fugitive too, eh? Yeah? Why else would you be here? It's got death written all over it.
Alright.
You want to climb down here?
I guess.
But how much can you offer me?
Offer you for a ladder?
Why, yep. I'm trying to help you, you know?
Sure.
Have you no gratitude? Downright rude, really. I've got a soft heart, so I let you off this once.
So free ladder? No, 2,000 souls.
Alright.
Just buy the ladder. It'll be worth it, trust me. So he grabs a kind of tiny ladder, sticks it down there. Doesn't even secure it on the wall or anything, just sort of rests it there.
Go on ahead. I won't offer this deal twice.
So now you can basically trade with him. He'll sell some interesting things. A reinforced club, which, you know, it's alright. It's got spikes on the end. This whip, I'm going to show you guys the whip. And claws. Now I'm doing my fists, but this isn't the same. This actually is not a fist weapon. See, it's a claw weapon. So can't really do that. Some thief and black leather stuff, which is kind of a cool armor set. This miniature ladder, which is used for a quest later on. We don't need to buy them now. And you get to learn the prostration gesture, which on this character I will never use because I'm a man. So I'm not gonna do this. Nope, none of that. I might bow. I might, you know, be like, oh hey, you know, welcome here and stuff. But I'm not gonna do that. That's degrading for me. To be fair, I've actually used that gesture a lot. But you know, if I'm role playing on this character, no. Big strong guy, nope. All right, so now I think he's actually good, but I think we can talk to him a bit more.
Have you heard? Well, apparently there's this monster lady, right? And the poison, well, does wonders for her body.
For her body.
You know, health and beauty and that sort of stuff. And I thought only human women were so petty.
So that's basically what we're talking about. She's using the poison to kind of make herself beautiful.
That creature, she was human once, you know. Yeah. In fact, she was wed to the prince of that nearby castle. But her husband, he had feelings for another. The princess was desperate and sought eternal beauty, hoping that it would restore the prince's affection. You see what I mean?
So yeah, that was the idea. That's what it basically said before. This is where I got the info from.
Transformed her into a monster. Now, listen here. When do you think this all happened? Long ago, when this very land was called something else. We say Drangleic now, but countless kingdoms have risen and fallen on this very spot. And this won't be the last. Oh no. That damned hag just can't let her old flame go. She's going to get us all burnt. Fine then.
So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Thought I'd show that. There's a whole side story with, the prince and his, like, affair that he has with the other girl from another castle. And, that's the whole Belfry questline, the Belfry Soul, Belfry Luna. So if I pull that lever, this goes up. There's actually a room up there. If you stand on it, you can get to. Then there's this item down here. I'm only gonna grab one. I might grab the other later. So if we head this way, there's another one of these guys. Oh, and by the way, dealing with these guys on the hex build I had was so easy. It wasn't even funny. Like, I could just like 4-shot them with Dark Orb, I think. From range. It's easy. Hey, what's up?
Well, we meet again. There's treasure this way, but I have a bad feeling about it. I don't quite have the guts myself.
So with Pate here, basically, if you use him in the Forest of Fallen Giants against the giant fight, at that point he'll give you his armor. Now, over there's a chest. There's a lady shoots fire at you. There's an item. If you want to get it, you'll want to, first of all, you probably want to shoot her, and then right there, the little spot is where you can land if you jump. Right there. I'm bad at jumping there, so I like to just go down here, pick up this thing. In my other run of it, I gave it a go, and I tried jumping and failed twice, so we're not going to do that. Then this is the door, and Pate's right there. That's all you need to do for him to be like, oh, you succeeded.
Well, good to see that you survived.
See? Really easy.
Perhaps you're more rugged than I thought.
Yeah, totally,
In
man.
any case, the treasure is yours. I prefer a more cautious approach. For instance, I've heard that a man is out for my life. Now, what misunderstanding could have ever led to that? The poor bloke must have quite an imagination.
So, keep in mind that on our other character, right? He gave you his armor and like all of it, like his helm, his chest piece, his legs, all of his armor, even his ring. Now, why would he be so nice? Like, what reason does he have to be so nice? Well, he knows that Creighton is actually out to get him. So even though he seems like a nice guy, what I think he's actually doing is basically giving us his armor as a decoy so that Creighton will go after us instead of him. But, you know, not proven, not fact. Basically, you know, people say, who's the better moral person to go with? And the answer is, they both suck. They're both very selfish. They're both out for themselves. And we'll get more into Creighton's story in a little bit, and why he's not necessarily a good person to follow. All right, so there's the boss room. If we go this way, there are 2 dragon priestesses. Now, what you can do if you don't want to deal with them, and if I wasn't, you know, recording, I would probably just run and beat them because I want to roleplay. But if you don't want to deal with them, you can shoot these pots with the heavy bolts, and boom, they're poisoned. They will die of poison. Didn't even have to do anything. Didn't even hit them at all. I just shot the poison things. They don't even get aggroed or anything. Let's see if we can get... Eh? Oh, I was hoping he would actually get poisoned. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Fisticuffs. Alright, watch your back. There's this dragon priestess. And she drops some stuff. She doesn't always drop stuff. I mean, they all have a chance. She dropped the top, which if you put it on a guy, it looks like that. If you put it on a girl, it's basically a bra. Alright, now these guys, I really don't like dealing with these guys together. So I'm just going to, oops, pop one in the head. He's going to run over here to come fight us, but the other guy is going to stay where he is. And yeah, like a boss. So if you don't deal with the windmills, these vase things are where the poison's being pumped through to, and this whole thing will be flooded with poison. Yeah, and this all leads to the boss room as well. I love this character. It's just it's an interesting style of play, just because you have to be careful, but at the same time you're just like, I want to run in and punch things. Alright, I recommend for this fight you summon Jester Thomas. He is an NPC, so everyone will have him, and he also is pyromancy. You can see there, he dual wields pyromancy. Come on, Jester Thomas, let's go up here first. Up here there is a red dude, and what you can do is just basically sit behind Thomas, let them fight each other for a bit. Oh jeez, come on Thomas, show us what you got. So they can fight each other, or you can just, you know, help out. Oh, I am actually dying. Hang on a second. So he deals with them pretty handily. Do you deal with these guys too? No? Come on. Oh jeez, that's never happened before. That's awesome. They all jumped me. That's cool. Okay, so this is special. Right here, if I think what does it say? Beware of poison, pointless ahead. So this person obviously didn't deal with the windmill, and if you put a ferrous lockstone in there and you haven't dealt with the windmill, it spews poison out here at you. If you have, it gives you healing water. which is what originally was pumped into this area before poison. Now this, destroy. Why do we destroy a chest? Well, if you look close, you can see it kind of has teeth, and it's got a lock on it. This is a mimic, and it's your first mimic really of the game, so don't let it live. Jester Thomas deals with it pretty quick, and it drops the dark gauntlets. So all the mimics drop a piece of the dark armor, which is kind of a cool set. So if you want to know if there's something's a mimic, I would just run up to a chest and punch it, and if it has a life bar, then you basically want to kill it as fast as you can. If you open a mimic chest, they will just eat your face off, and it'll hurt. I've survived a mimic before, but I was full health, and I ended up with like 2 HP at the end. Here's a secret bonfire. It's nice to have this just in case, you know. Ooh, geez, that was probably a risky drop. Also, for some reason, if you drop like that, Jester Thomas just doesn't know what the heck to do. You here? Okay. You definitely want him to come in relatively the same time as you into this boss fight, because this boss is, you know, not hard, but you want the Jester here. Alright. So you'll walk through some poison immediately, because that's how it is. The poison, this whole room, if you haven't dealt with it, will be flooded. Come on, Jester Thomas. Now he hits hard against this boss. He could basically solo this boss. Now if you notice, she has this little aura about her. The poison actually heals her a bit. So I'm going to try to grab her and pull her this way if we can. Come on, Jester. Ooh. Oh gosh, she grabbed me. That's bad. But I have so much health it doesn't matter. Come on. Don't do that. Alright. She also has that. It's her like range attack. And the Jester can also stun lock her. Forgot to mention that. Ooh. Okay. So it would have been a lot better if I didn't try to fight her with the Jester Thomas being at like a quarter HP when we started. But, you know, she's not that hard to deal with on your own. It's just that if you want an easy time... Actually, I just died. I couldn't roll. If you want an easy time, you can summon Jester Thomas. And I can't believe that I just died to that. That was kind of sad, actually. That last part, I just wasn't able to roll for whatever reason. Alright, so what we're gonna do... I think we're... this is always tricky for me to decide what to do, because I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna summon the Jester Thomas, and then we're gonna fight these guys pretty much immediately. So while he's being summoned, I'm sort of distracting. Oop. And now he'll help us. It'll be a lot better now. Oop. Alright. And we can backstab this guy. Okay. Jester Thomas just does an absurd amount of damage. So it looks like the priestess followed us a bit. She has pretty good tracking. As do these guys. But it's okay. And boom! Yeah, I was gonna punch him, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just let the Jester Thomas finish him off. I'm gonna pop a Radiant Life Gem. Re-equip that. For some reason I unequipped it. Alright. Now he's pretty much full health, so we'll see the big difference in this fight here. Now, I think what I did on our Hex character is I'm pretty sure I just dodge that. I'm pretty sure I just used the Dranlek shield and just basically held the shield to show you guys that you could just let Jester Thompson. I got caught by that again. It does a lot more damage if you don't have 35 vitality. But yeah, I basically just held out the shield, let Jester Thomas do almost all the work, and yeah. You can see she's already pretty low. I'm gonna chuck some Estus while she's stunned there a little bit, and just beat her down. And she's done. That's Jester Thomas. He's just standing in poison. Because he can. Yeah, he's overpowered. So if you want an easy fight, summon him. And that's basically all there is to that. With that, I think we're actually going to be caught up with our Hex character. So, oh yeah. You might see more of Sir Brutality. Sir Brutality. Yeah, that's how I think it. Do you show his name? Yeah, Sir Brutality. Yeah. There's my stats so far, if you want to see them. And I will see you guys in the next one. We've made it to the Iron Keep. Later.